guys, so today I thought I'd do kind of a different type of video and actually talk about a skin issue that I had been dealing with recently, and it almost led me to quitting my Tretinoin lotion, and it ended up with a very interesting conclusion. So, let me start. So, it's something called Angular Cheilitis, which it's an inflammatory condition that affects the corners of your mouth, and you end up kind of looking a little bit like the Joker. Because you end up with red lines, flakiness, cracked, sometimes even bleeding. When I was at the dentist, it was actually even like bleeding because I opened my mouth so big and then they cracked and then it was like all over again. And then like sometimes eating dinner at night, it would be like, I don't want to open my mouth because it's so sore here. So it's a common inflammatory skin condition. It affects one or both corners of your mouth. For me, it was always both corners. Cause irritated, cracked sores, although painful. Angular cheilitis usually isn't serious. So some people confuse it with cold sores, but they're separate condition, obviously, altogether. It's common in old people, a lot, young people. Sometimes people get it from being in the sun too much. So it causes cracked, dry lips in the corners. And things that can trigger it include atopic dermatitis or eczema, dentures that don't fit. Well, we know that's not an issue for me, at least right now. Drooling during sleep, a little bit, not that much though. Some nights there are more drool, but not a lot. Anyway, misaligned teeth, so chronic health conditions such as diabetes, and then a few other things. Low levels of vitamin B, which is a very common one. So I tried taking vitamin B supplements. That didn't do anything. I continued to read more online. And I started to notice that it wasn't totally uncommon that people using strong retinoids can get this. And typically, I'm not super like, when I apply it, I'm not super conscientious about avoiding my mouth area or my eye area, which you should be. But so I thought maybe it's this. So I stopped using my Tretinoin for a couple weeks. Didn't matter. Didn't make a difference. Now I'm taking B vitamins. I'm using Vaseline all hours of the day, and especially before bed, and I keep Vaseline on my nightstand, so I'm putting this on my mouth all the time. I even ended up trying cortisone on the corners. That didn't do anything to stop it. What else did I try? I tried antibiotics. I tried antifungal creams. Antibiotics, where are they? Anyway, so I've been trying all these things. Didn't matter. Nothing stopped. So then I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to take out my Tretinoin, not use that. I'm going to stop using my salicylic acid or any exfoliants. Maybe that's it. Doesn't make a difference. Still happening. And then finally, I go to the ultimate extreme and I take out my azelaic acid. So I'm not using that. So I'm using no actives. I stopped using vitamin C, thinking maybe that was it. So I'm not using Tretinoin, I'm not using exfoliants, I'm not using azelaic acid, I'm not using vitamin C. I'm using ointments, I'm using Vaseline, I'm using antibiotics, I'm using antifungals. Nothing. Nothing. It didn't matter. And it was getting to the point where it's horrible, uncomfortable, painful. I mean, it's obviously not a life or death condition, but it's an annoyance. And especially when you record videos, and I don't want to look like the Joker every day. I mean, once in a while is fine, but not every day. It gets kind of old. So anyway, so I'm dealing with this. There's other things. I mean, vitamin B obviously is an issue, but after being on that for weeks, it didn't matter. So finally, I got to the crux of it. This is interesting. Toothpaste. This was the issue. Once I stopped using, I've been just brushing my teeth with water now. It's not very refreshing, I'll tell you that. But ever since I stopped using toothpaste, it went away completely. It hasn't been an issue. Look at them now. They're just fine. Isn't that crazy? So all this other stuff I tried, I removed, I added in, didn't do anything, but it's really just this toothpaste. I guess this isn't as uncommon that people can get sensitive to toothpaste, and this one has a higher fluoride amount, so perhaps it was a little strong or harsh. Anyway, so I'm going to have to find something very mild, or maybe just baking soda or something. So that doesn't necessarily mean that for everybody, toothpaste is going to be the solving agent, but perhaps antifungals will help for some people. It tends to be a huge thing, or dental work. So anyway, so I thought that was kind of interesting. To treat it, they recommend eating a healthy diet, drinking plenty of water, keeping your lips hydrated, not smoking, not licking your lips, not using expired cosmetics, and avoiding contact with skin allergens and irritants, which a lot of the time, you don't even know it's an irritant or an allergen to you when you start using it. Would you be like, hey, I'm allergic to sea fish, I'm going to go eat some tonight? No, but you don't even know what you don't know. So I've been using this toothpaste off and on for months, and now it all makes sense, because now that I stopped using this, it hasn't been an issue. And for me, it had come and gone. It would come back. It would go away. But I think this toothpaste was the real issue. But that doesn't necessarily mean, for some people, it could be fungal or a yeast issue, thrush, or maybe it's the sun, or maybe it's not drinking enough water, or maybe it's a vitamin deficiency. So anyway, I just want to make this video just to talk about my experience with it and how the levels I went to without thinking about the most common thing, which was toothpaste. I use it all the time, 3 times a day usually. And anyway, so now I can use my Tretinoin happily again. And yeah, everything's much better. So we'll see. Once I stopped using this, I could tell my skin was not as happy when I stopped using this. So I'm very happy that I can use it now. I'm not allergic to any of that stuff. It's the toothpaste. So anyway, I'm gonna have to find a good toothpaste. I don't know, if you have recommendations, leave a comment. So anyway, I will link to this with more information below, and let me know if you have any comments, questions, or thoughts on this topic or issue, or if you have any other issues with toothpaste in general, leave a comment. So I don't know, maybe it's the fluoride. I don't know what else it could be. I mean, there's hardly any ingredients in here, but whatever. Anyway, there we go. So anyway, leave a comment. Love hearing from you guys, and stay tuned for more tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.